turned up when you're typing. Yeah. Otherwise, you don't
Why
know if
does
you're
it
typing or
help?
not.
Like, what do you mean?
Because don't do that because you actually. So the moment you touch this,
I think that was the
cursor comes
point.
out. Yeah.
He was trying to mess you up, wasn't he?
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
No, that's gross. Stop touching my keyboard. You're eating. It's chocolate stains.
Gross?
Yeah, there's food on my surface.
Well, there isn't any food on this hand. I eat with this hand.
Yeah, I know what you do with your other hand.
Exactly.
Yeah. So is or not? I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
It's a red orange.
It looks to me.
Alright.
Why did you get the touch keyboard though?
Hmm?
Why did you get the touch keyboard though?
Because this is cheaper and half the thickness
$10
as it
cheaper.
comes.
The same
not really
reason.
that cheaper.
Yeah, it's not really that
Well,
much
that is
cheaper.
cheaper.
Well, it's
I
cheaper,
mean,
but it's
$10.
not significantly
$10
It's
of over
half-
$100.
It's half the thickness. This is 3mm
Yeah.
versus the type.
Okay.
And if I need to be.
But isn't it terrible to type on?
No, because I'm actually used to the keyboard, which is similar to Windows Phone.
This is like in between.
By the way,
Which is why I
guess
hate
who's
it.
getting a new phone on Friday?
Not me.
I know,
Yeah.
because you're still on Verizon.
What you get?
I still think so.
Nokia Lumia 920.
Oh, you're
I don't know
getting-
what
you're getting
color. I don't know what color.
that. Get the red.
I don't know.
Have a match, or
That,
you
yeah,
got-
the
Tony
yellow gross.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I kind of want to get it.
Gross.
Yeah. Or I can be like Appley and get a white one and a black one.
The white one is glossy. I do not want the glossy. The red one might be glossy too. The blue one isn't though. The blue and the black are matte.
Yeah, but if you
And
get
the gray.
but if you get a cyan, it's just like the 900. Nobody can tell you have a new phone.
So get a red one that matches your.
I don't want it to match though.
Why not?
Because it's not gonna match exactly because it's different.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So Brian's not coming.
Yes, I heard.
We'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll email you guys.
Offline.
Yeah. So I've been dealing with. I'll just start first. I've been dealing with Leo's ad recordings, and they were all done out of order. So there's still 2 recordings that I have to go through and cut out. But hopefully, when I'm done with everything, I will label each sequence with the date and the show.
Okay.
Okay. Right now they have markers on them, but you still have to go through them and look for the marker. And make sure when you open it up, you don't save it because I'm still in it working on it. So if you save it, it would, I don't know what would it do.
Might override your until you save it and then your changes would override it.
Yeah. Anyways, best ofs.
Yes.
Check the document. There's a Google Doc. Okay, check the Google Doc. It's called Self-Submissions. And I asked Jeff to do this, but he already started doing it. So he started highlighting his shows a certain color.
Matter pink.
It's pink. So don't use pink. I'll use because I'm Asian. So you guys have to fight over white.
Right.
I'll just pick one randomly.
But yeah, do convert them to ProRes before you edit them, like Jason did last time.
Yes, dude.
That helps a lot.
That will
But
take time at the top, but it'll save you
Yeah,
countless headaches
but-
later.
try to do it on your local machine because I was doing Twit Live
Yeah,
Special.
it'll add up quick.
Yeah, well, it'll slow things down. Jeff was like, "Why is my floss going so slow?" Because I was doing a 3.5 hours video. So.
Very disrespectful,
So you can
Jeff.
still do your cluster, just don't check the box.
Well, do your cluster, but send it to your local.
Right, you do your cluster to your cluster, but
Yeah.
don't check the box that says these other clusters.
No, not that. Send it. Don't send it to the SAN. Do
Right.
if you can
Oh.
do it locally because we'll run out of room. So.
Yeah, just
What?
set up a profile in Compressor that does the same thing, but has a destination that's your local
Has it been
machine.
shown?
Yeah, send the best of destination to your local machine.
Yeah.
Don't send it to compressor output on the SAN.
All
All of your
get it.
ProRes conversions.
yes.
I
keep
just
them on your
said we
local.
were doing 2 shows at the same time because
Uh-huh.
my video, my best stuff from last night was so big, it slowed down his floss. So
How big was it?
It's 3.5 hours.
No, it's just like, your mom
That's
was
not
so
funny.
big.
That's not
But
funny.
instead, like, my best
Um,
of was so big. How big was it?
Something with floss.
Really, really big.
We could edit
Really?
H264.
Yeah.
I have problems with that.
Yeah.
Jason.
And then
We can edit with H.264s from that. I don't see.
Oh yeah, straight from an H.264 file. Yeah.
Doesn't cause any
That
problems.
won't cause you any headaches
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, the problem was we had interstitial ads that were recorded in ProRes. If everything was just H.264, then it'd be fine.
We can't use H.264 to edit.
No.
That's why Jason was here till midnight one day. Because of me.
Oh well, I that out of my memory.
Yeah, no, I was there.
I
too.
forgot. I never actually got any sort of payback for that
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, we'll get it. This best of, but
Where's
The-
Brian?
we don't have. Wait, hold on. We'll talk about it later offline.
Gonna have to talk about it
We-
off the video because
we,
it's very ugly.
We don't have that many submissions from people because they hate us. So I would just check YouTube and see what episodes have the most views.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And usually, because they have no views on YouTube, we get a couple hundred.
And sometimes you can find comments in there of like,
Yeah,
really
comments.
funny with blah de blah, but
Yeah,
not nearly as much as you might expect to find.
Yeah.
Most of the time you don't find anything.
yeah. But we do want to.
But yeah, big
stories.
views are good episodes
Big stories.
generally.
Yeah. And then,
Depends on what kind of best of you're doing though. Like, are you
I-
doing a best of that's highlighting good stories, or are you doing a best of that's like funny moments?
Yeah, but I think.
To treat it
I
really
think we're mixing both together. Or well,
Yeah.
you have a very different best of because you have 5 TNT best ofs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, only one of them is really a clip show.
Yeah. Okay. Lisa told me about this new thing we're doing with I forgot what airline, but we're gonna be
We're all going to Hawaii?
Yay!
no, our podcast is. We're staying here. But this is actually for Brian, who doesn't work here anymore. It's with triangulation, so we're gonna start with triangulation. But Leo would have to record a special rap for that podcast. So I was gonna ask Brian, who doesn't.
I'm Leo, and I'm here
Yeah,
to say-
exactly. So what we need to
I
do.
love Fruity Pebbles in a major way.
Oh, we're good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Freestyling.
He's from Idaho.
You know,
That is Iowa.
it's
I-
commercial.
What's-
You could probably
what's-
find that commercial.
What's the
on YouTube.
difference?
What?
Idaho.
Iowa.
Which one?
A couple
is
of
it?
letters. That's the
Okay.
only difference. is a
Okay.
I
couple
feel
of
bad
letters.
for Brian, who's gonna find out he's fired when he watches
Can
this
you not say
video.
that?
Because this
F4.
video is required viewing.
Yeah.
Just-
He doesn't watch these.
He doesn't. I know. I asked him to watch it last time, and he didn't. So, it's great. Yeah,
Well, then he won't know.
that's fine.
They'll just keep showing up to work. That
We'll
works
move into the
perfect.
We're
basement.
gonna have to take a stapler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was gonna ask him to export the podcast without the our standard open. Nobody has to listen to me because this is only pertains to Brian, who's working. So just the standard open, so Leo can record a special open for it, for this airline podcast thing. And we're testing with triangulation, audio only, and then we'll move to other shows and video next year, in the spring. That's all I have. Does anybody have anything? Did you guys forget to vote?
No, I voted.
Okay.
It took me like 5 minutes. I left work and went voting and came back.
Jeff, did you take your kids
It's a
to
great story.
vote?
I did go vote. I told you about the guy who knocked over the voting machine.
Oh, that's right. You were in the garage. Were you in the garage too?
No, I was in a church.
Oh, that's horrible.
No. It wasn't a church. It was part of a church, but it was more like the cafeteria of a church.
Oh, do they have breakfast?
No, they didn't have any food. They just had voting.
That's messed up. Yeah.
So my mom texted me, hangovers all at Twit today. The texts are as green as their scrubs here today, and nobody's in the mood to work. We did it, and Romney can move back to his own planet now.
Okay.
So there's an idea of my mom's politics.
Yeah. Well, I really don't think we should be talking about other people's planet,
These-
especially when we haven't been there.
These meetings.
I
should be-
respect other people's planet. So,
These meetings should be apolitical. Okay. So don't bring that in here. Thanks. Our viewers are of all different denominations and beliefs and.
yeah, don't bring your mom
stances.
to the meet. Yeah. Does
Did I just
anybody
get told?
have anything?
Get called out.
Not.
What's for lunch?
I'm trying to think.
Didn't bring any meat.
Edit-wise, not really.
Okay.
Just a whole lot of planning around TNT
Yeah. And then-
with Tom going to LA.
Yeah.
But that's
And
not really
hopefully-
edit related. It's
Yeah.
more
I knew he was
live
talking about
production
that
related.
later.
Was that?
Because he was talking about this thing with the bricks, and I was gonna help him with it, but
Yeah, we still haven't figured out that part of
yeah.
it. But we are probably going to be changing a lot of the kind of
Yeah.
visual approach of the show, trying some new stuff. It's going to require the new TriCaster, so hopefully that means we'll get that sooner.
Wait, which one?
The 8000,
Ooh, yeah.
it's massive.
That's
So
what
when we get
Jason
it.
said.
So let's get it.
How is that element? I mean, this is not editors related, but how is that elemental other than
In
screen?
what regard?
How is it?
It works and it looks nice. The picture
Okay.
looks nice. Its results are nice.
Okay.
There's some issues, but
Because I was editing the ads and videos that were getting.
there is some drama going on,
Okay.
but I think that's been resolved.
Cool. Josh is just chatting. with his
Typing on
laptop.
his
Yeah.
Yeah.
screen.
Have you tried typing on your screen?
Yeah, nice.
Awesome. That's 69.
Yeah.
I wish my phone was 69.
So, who messed up and didn't put the lower thirds on Leo's ad? Was it me?
No.
On
we
what
just-
ad, where?
It's because Leo was doing them himself live, and like there
Yeah,
were, there were
he-
it like
some
it would
of
have
them
involved
had
someone
it.
having to build all the lower
Yeah.
thirds for each show and like organizing for Leo to
Yeah.
pull up.
So pretty much just going forward.
So the idea,
Yeah.
so I think the first session John was TDing, and then he actually built like the lower thirds for the 3 shows that they did in that one session and did them, and John actually showed the webpage and stuff or something. But then all the other ones Leo just did on his own in his office, and then the idea is that like you just roll the ad but pretend that he's just doing it live, so you bring up the lower third and the
Yeah.
do this
And-
screenshots and stuff. Okay.
well, that's the other thing is that with the screenshots and stuff, I think Leo did that all himself on the ones that were recorded through the TriCaster.
It's all
But
mixed.
there's one session, or at least one session that was done on the
I don't
X1,
even know.
and that one you're gonna have to bring the screens yourself. But that one you can tell because it looks different because it's from the X1 and not from his usual cameras.
I see.
It's a shot where you can see the majority of his desk. It's set up different. Yeah.
right.
Well, I mean,
So in other words, just pay attention.
And you might want it before the show or scrub through it. And
Yeah.
make sure it plays.
Yeah.
So I think John had an issue with Today's Security now when he played it.
Yeah, there was some issue there. I had
Yeah.
to edit it.
I hope
you know
it
what the issue was?
No, it just sounded like there was a I think there was just a little bit of a
He
delay
didn't play.
when he went to it. I don't know why though. I won't know until I'm looking at it.
And we'll just add in the lower thirds that aren't there, obviously, right? When we're editing,
Yeah, you have to have a little first.
Oh yeah, if they're not there, then
Yeah.
add it. Edit.
which I did, but I just wanted.
So I'm gonna put all the ads in there every week. I don't want to put multiple.
And might I make a recommendation? Any show that Chad is on, going forward, we should key out his hair and replace it with funny things.
Yeah, that works really well.
Okay.
Because you
Yeah.
want to draw more attention to him?
No, I just think it's valuable space. We could use it
Yeah.
for
Advertising.
marketing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We could market some of our other shows through his hair.
Jeff, was it you that suggested putting a brain in there?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
No,
That's-
that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
How
It'll
would
break
we
it.
know?
No, yeah, that would work.
But we could sell sponsorship placement
Yeah.
in his hair.
Yeah.
Squarespace logo up there, huh?
That would be great.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hairspace.
There you go.
There you go.
Hairspace,
See,
there
it
you go.
practically writes itself.
Yep.
He won't be able to move because then he'll move out of the.
Well,
Like,
as a
he'll-
team,
he'll-
you're gonna have to
well,
follow.
hold on. I was thinking because I saw what you did with the rainbow.
Yeah.
So like we could have a wallpaper with Squarespace.
Yeah, that's totally what you do. So if
And
he
then
moves
so
around,
he moves around and still the logo is still there because it's like a Louis Vuitton pattern. And then,
Or to protect against it, we just make a background that is the Squarespace logo really small, repeated a million times, and then
Right.
no matter where he is, it
Yeah,
shines through.
yeah.
that's what I'm
These are all
thinking.
good ideas. I think we need to pursue
Who's
this.
gonna approach him about getting on camera? I mean, how can we get Chad on camera?
He's very shy.
It's gonna be kind of tough.
yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, you're holding a camera, so he should be here in
I'm
like.
sure he hasn't smelled it.
Oh, there he is.
Oh. Anywho. I think that's a meeting. That's a
there
wrap.
was-
That's the only important
We're-
thing I had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weren't there a couple other things too,
Nope, that was it.
Tony?
Oh.
Tomorrow is Jeff's birthday, so don't forget to say happy birthday to Jeff.
We're gonna take him out for margaritas after, is there, or something?
No. I have other plans. But we can do something here at work. I've
We
asked
have
for
like a
chocolate
little.
pie.
We can have a little edit party.
Yeah.
No, I meant the other thing, Tony.
Oh. You lost your virginity. I'm sorry. Was that not supposed to come out? I'm so sorry.
Jeff, that's so.
My mom watches these. So
She doesn't know?
don't talk about that.
I'm sorry.
Well, this is uncomfortable. Not
Edit.
discussing life during the editing
I didn't
meetings.
know you
Thank
were-
you.
I thought that's what you meant. I'm sorry. We won't talk
No,
about
I meant
that.
the other thing. It has nothing to do with me.
Your virginity. Okay.
I have a technical question.
Ooh.
Just a
There's Chad.
What's up, bros?
This is
Nice meeting everybody.
We done? Don't say anything.
So Alex, what was the other
You
part?
saved it to the
You have
end.
to watch the meeting.
Do you want to recap,
Before you
Alex?
buy.
What happened with BYB?
It's not
What do you mean?
What?
What?
You gotta, what?
what happened with BYD.
What did
Let's
happen
just,
with
let's
it?
just not talk about it.
Yeah,
We're not going
let's
to talk about it
yeah,
because
yeah.
this is going to be very
Yeah.
difficult
No,
news for you to hear.
Do you
and I
have to
don't
talk through
think
every
we should-
package in review?
Anyways, back to the meeting.
Alex has something to say.
So just I want to. It's a question for the editors on technicalities of something. It's just a general consensus I don't want to gather. So the way that we're recording now, it's recording the file directly to the SAN, and you're just editing right off of that. If we changed our recording solution to something more traditional, in that it would record to another device and it would have to be copied over to the SAN, that would take 10 minutes maybe or something after it's done recording. Is that is that no, or is that possible if it's a better recording solution?
What? Well, okay. So, what is the benefit of that? What?
The benefit is that
better
Yeah,
recording
exactly.
solution?
is right now our recording solution is capturing in Final Cut, which is not. Not how you record video.
Well, I mean,
this would be like buying a dedicated recording box that would record in its own way. Unfortunately, the industry isn't really up to where we are, where it just records directly to a big shared drive. It records to its own little thing. So all the solutions that the professional companies make, it's a box. It's like a VTR basically.
Right.
Except instead of tape, it records to a little drive inside or something like that, or to a network location, not necessarily a SAN. So if that was the case and we recorded that way, the file would have to be copied over. We can make some automated thing that would do that, possibly, but it would still have to wait for that to copy over before you can edit it off the SAN.
You should see how NBC does it.
So
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because they do that. They handle tons
I
of video
don't-
every day.
So I don't think there's any benefit to
Everybody
it.
edits from.
I mean, if you could think of benefits, I mean, I'm just concerned about adding another step, automated or not, to the process.
Well, it's not adding a step for you. It's
Right,
adding
no,
a delay.
I know, but I'm just saying. Well, it's not a delay. It's a step. I mean, the only reason we're doing the recording in Final Cut is because that's what we use.
Right.
What's the Final Cut
So-
server?
So there's
called?
no interim step. I guess what I don't understand
Yeah.
is, regardless of what the industry is doing, if
Yeah, we
this
don't
gives
need
us
to-
instant access to the same quality file, are the files less
Well, it's
quality?
not.
Is that-
Okay, in the case of Final, because it's just capturing, there's no you have to be looking at the screen and using the mouse to click on a button instead of having a big hardware button that you can press with a big recording light that you can lock off and not be stoppable without pressing two buttons or something. It would be more of a safety thing for recording and redundancy, and not redundancy,
Well, it's
but for guaranteeing that it's recording. So
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that. We kind of have that though, in the sense that once you hit record, on that switcher, you switch
Yeah.
away to a different
Yeah.
input.
Right.
So it's impossible to hit it unless you go back to it and then bump something.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I just don't know what the benefit of moving to creating a step. I don't get what that gives us.
Yeah.
You still have to remember to record, to hit record either
Yeah.
way.
Right.
If you forget to
Yeah.
record, you forget to record. It doesn't matter what.
I mean,
how
has
you do it.
it been a problem? Has it been an issue
No,
thus far?
it's just something I'm thinking about, and that's why I want to get the general
Yeah.
consensus.
Yeah, I don't think.
I would like to not have a delay just for TNT, but I'm always looking to get that time down as quick as possible. But that's just me.
Well, I think all the shows should be,
I would
the
hope
time
so.
should
Yeah,
be
I mean,
as quick a
I think
turnaround
that's
as
kind
possible.
of a priority for all of our shows, is
Yeah.
as quick as possible.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with the way we do it. I actually thought it was really
Yeah.
smart, because if we're editing within Final Cut, that ensures that we have immediate access to our broadest quality to edit from on all of our machines. If we switch to a different edit,
I mean, even if we were using Final Cut in another recording, it could still record to the same format.
Well, it does.
But it would just copy.
but
that
that immediacy
just
is
recording,
lost.
it's immediacy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But actually, recording in Final Cut, because we use Final Cut, doesn't matter.
Right, no, that is
like,
true.
Like the Key Pro records.
But it's nice that it does it.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's nice that it keeps it all kind of in the same format that we all use.
Yeah.
And gives us immediate access. I would opt to stay with what we're doing, but that's
Yeah.
just
Do you want us to vote? If we do
No,
it
I'm just
okay.
gathering the consensus.
I mean I don't
So
see
vote.
any benefit to it.
Stay
other
the way we
than-
are?
Yeah, I mean.
Brian, what do you think?
Brian, you don't have to vote. You don't work here anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Don't.
Abstaining?
Just observe it.
Whoa! Don't bring that up.
Which one?
Nothing.
Bring one
So what I was asking though.
Yeah,
earlier,
you should just bring it up because
Tired.
I don't want
how we
people to
handle
say-
ads.
What?
Like how we're going to you if there's something wrong that
Yeah, for
would
Leo's
require
period.
it to be redone. We should. Like if it can't just be edited out, like a problem with an ad can't just be edited out. We have to. We're going through you now, right? Okay, move the camera to Tony.
So, okay,
Tony.
ideally your host should not be doing the ads wrong.
Well, of course. This is all
Anything-
contingency.
Anything that,
Who did the ad wrong?
No one did anything wrong. It just was.
I don't know. So you, as an editor, you have to be able to make the call,
Mm-hmm.
and if something was wrong, just cut it out. If it's
Right.
like a sentence, just cut the whole sentence out. Don't try to make it sound natural. Like if you can't.
Well,
if
try
if
to make it sound
If you
natural,
have,
but
hold on,
if
if
you
you have,
can't,
if
then-
you have an edit that needs to be done, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But I'm saying
audio is more important.
if something is maybe obviously if something's not there that needs to be there, then it would need to be redone.
It needs to be redone.
Yeah.
But
But if something's there that needs to be taken out, the only
take it
murky
out.
thing is I've already been asked or confronted about ads that the sponsor didn't like something
then
about the way
you-
it was
then
done.
you need to talk to the host. who's doing
And
that.
in that case, it's like, well, shoot, I almost find myself having to anticipate what the sponsor could possibly say about it.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't really be dealing with a sponsor.
No, I know, but I'm not. But it still trickles down to me.
Then, I
where
know, so you need to talk to.
They weren't happy with this because.
Then you need to talk to continuity, or you need to
Mhm.
talk to the host.
Cold.
Yeah, wait a minute. Okay, so that reminds me. There's somebody coming in to watch all of our ads,
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
publish them. What is this about?
That's what I heard.
That's what you've heard?
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's
that
what I
kind
was told.
of ties into
That I was
that a little
bringing
bit.
it up.
We should have a
Yeah.
buddy system where I check your ads.
Yeah.
Oh, the buddy system works great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah.
You know what? The buddy system that always seems to work the best is when your buddies are all of the listeners and viewers
Oh,
that
too late.
email in
Yeah.
when something is wrong.
Yeah, those are
Because
earlier
that's
though.
usually what happens.
Can't take it off.
It's true.
The diehard people. But you know what I mean, though? There's gray area on whether an ad is wrong or not wrong, and it could be something that was unclear that the sponsor could come back later and say, I don't like the way this was done. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not
I think
questioning...
there's a difference between
mean,
a
saying
host
that-
saying something incorrect
Yeah, yeah.
and saying something in a way that could be interpreted as something that the sponsor ends up not liking. You can't anticipate whether they're going to like an NSFW read
Right.
because NSFW are very unpredictable.
Yeah.
But if they're saying the right
It's
information,
just hilarious, isn't it? When they're
Yeah,
unpredictable,
and when they
but if they're saying the right information,
Right.
give the right,
Yeah.
the right kind of
Right.
call to action,
right.
then hopefully you've kind of done your part in saying, okay,
Thank you.
I suppose if it goes into obvious gray area territory where like, okay, what the hell did they just say right there? That was a little crazy. Then maybe you say something about it, but I don't know. It's hard to anticipate what
'Cause
advertisers
I have absolutely
are going to
no...
think about a read.
I have
when it
absolutely
goes
no
off.
difficulty saying, okay, yeah, this was not in the read that should have been in the read, it needs to be redone. Or if there's
Oh,
something
right.
that's wrong, I can obviously take it out. That's not what I'm questioning. The question is if something was not. And I wish I could think of the exact example that I ran into, but there was a problem where it was like it wasn't obvious that it was wrong, but it was something that came back and it was like they, it wound up being wrong, but it wasn't really wrong. It was this gray area because it's just, because the way that we do ads is very, what's the word? Ad-libbed and kind of.
Yeah.
And which is great. It's it's good, but like it's conversational and everything else. But that also can lend to, something coming back that may be, I don't know. Just never mind.
Well, and I also don't think that every single ad read is necessarily always going to say every single word in the copy.
And that's not a problem.
But I think what's most important is that the call to action after that the setup isn't incorrect in anything that they say, that they don't say a 50% discount on the setup when it's actually 30. Like that's important. And then if the call to action is completely off, like that's obviously a redo.
I guess my question is, as an editor, how granular should I be about what is or isn't okay? Because it's like as far as I'm concerned, I think the ads are great, but I don't want it to come back to me as like, well, how could you have let that go through? And it's like, well, because the necessary information was correct. Necessarily, but I just want to know. I just want to be really familiar with.
Sure.
with it.
Yeah, I guess I don't know the answer to that. I mean, other than just trust your gut. I don't know.
No, I think it's much clearer to know that if the information is correct, then it's good. Maybe there's exceptions for outlier situations where something is really inappropriate. But
outliers. I haven't seen it. Sorry, go ahead. Outliers. This was one of the Quaid brothers.
Brian,
Which one?
do you have anything?
Big
No,
one of those
I'm
thin
good.
ones.
They had
Package?
Dennis.
get your severance package.
You'll find out. Just watch the part that you weren't here for.
Okay, good.
I just have to say I really have enjoyed with you.
I appreciate it.
It's really been fun.
What's your big announcement, Josh? Back to Brian.
Huh?
Your big announcement.
No, I'm just telling Brian how
You
much I
already talked
appreciate
about
with him.
his.
But you didn't want your mom to know.
Yeah.
Huh? No. There's no announcement that I have.
The African Grey.
You were very proud of it.
I'm gonna get one, but it's just a matter of time.
The other announcement that you got one.
The one that where you put in your mouth and is totally.
It's not true. You didn't lose it. Okay, that's fine.
Lose what?
His virginity. He's not lost his virginity, for the record. Okay. Is that it, Tony?
Jeff is such a.
Yeah.
He is such a. What the heck? Where did that even come from,
Because I
Jeff?
was a child, and I'm taking it out on you now.
Thank you, Jeff.
Because
An
you were
only
thin
child.
and too skinny, and they made fun of you for being too skinny. I had that too.
I was
But you
bullied as a
showed them.
child, and I'm still getting to this
I
day.
don't think that's. We'll see what the YouTube comment says. Is that it?
What's the PayPal link?
Oh, we got rid of that.
What's the PayPal password?
It's all gone. It's been dismantled.
All gone.
That's
All
a
one
long
word.
password.
ALLGONE is the PayPal password.
All done.
Okay.
That scandal is over.
I got a tweet. Did you hear that?
Is that Yeah. what happens?
Is
when
that
you
what that
tweet?
sound
There's
is?
a notification sound.
Did you try Flip Toast?
No, not yet.
I added too many. I have like 3 accounts running on it. It's a little slow, but it works really well.
Okay, have it.
There isn't anything else for Instagram, so.
All right.
Don't forget it's Jeff's birthday.